Hello. Oh, I gotta get the timer off the screen. Okay. I am a professional. How's everybody doing today? Please let me know if stream starts doing like really chuggy, jacked up, stuttery stuff. Because it seemed to be what happened to the last one. And I'm not really sure why. It's probably because I screwed with some settings I maybe shouldn't have, but yeah. Okie dokie. Other folks. So in this live stream is going to be very relaxed. And we are going to primarily try to create, do a little bit of work on the 2-page spread for Distal. It's funny, I started with a 2-page spread at the very beginning. And then it didn't make sense to do that digital because it's just easier to go through a 1-page, PDF, and that's what everybody does. And so if you go get the alpha at playdisrpg.com, you can download the alpha. It's made for digital, 1 page at a time, bookmarked PDF. You can go skip to any section you want, but for book proper, something that you'd want on your shelf, needs to be a little bit different. So I'm not going to get a whole lot done by the end of this video, I imagine, but I may as well just do some work, relax. My head is killing me. It's actually better than it was, so I think we're okay. But I'm just gonna work through it. Hey, Crazy. And VTS and Henry. Hello. Alrighty. Well, this is it. So this is actually Adobe Photoshop, and this is what I ended up creating the background with. If you've seen the mock-up, and then we go into Affinity Publisher, and this is how everything was laid out. If you go to the backer kit, you can see this as an example up on that website. It looks pretty good. Pretty satisfied. It's very basic. It's not like I'm not breaking the mold or anything with this, but it is. I think that this is very similar to how I would like the end goal to turn out. So the one thing that I really want to try to get done in this particular live stream is to work on getting tables that feel good. I want to create the whole background section. Oh, Henry, you're a mod now. Sorry, I probably should have warned you before that. If you see any douchebags, please ban them. If you feel uncomfortable with that responsibility, just let me know, and I'll relieve you of it. Yes, the printer is back. I don't have many things to block off that side of the room, so we have a wicker basket that's like we use as a coffee table, and I pulled that in here for a bit. And there's also a little dog, little boy there in the background, crunching on a bone. But anyway, so we're in Adobe. Nope, not Adobe. We're in Affinity Publisher, and we have just a 2-page spread in front of us. And I want to start laying out a little bit of what's in here for this packet. So this is our Alpha 2 packet, and just bring over some of that stuff and then plop it in the background. mostly for promotional purposes. Because once the backer kit goes live, I want to be able to show a bunch of stuff to people so that they can get a breakdown of what to expect, and maybe even like make use of some of the tables and that sort of thing to give them an idea of how the game goes without actually forcing them to download the game and play it. The backer kit's going to release on April 5th. So I hope at that point I have enough followers. We're almost at 200, but not quite there yet. And that pales in comparison to the amount that I'm supposed to have for my current price point. So something's got to give, but we'll see. Anyway, so I'm going to pull in all this information from this 2-page spread, or 1 page from the alpha packet, and then try to get it into a format that looks good. And I think the tables are actually going to be the most challenging part. I like the way that this works, but I don't like how they look in the packet, like this orange. I don't know, not really feeling it. Cool. So I think that where we'll start is if I look at the layers, there's a bunch of different stuff. But one is this this book trim in the background. And this is going to be the constraints that we've given ourselves to work within. One thing that I need to do, though, is replace this text up here at the top, because this is baked into the PDF because it's in the in Photoshop. But I'm going to pull it out of the Photoshop, save it, and then send a new version here. And I think I already have a text style for that. I do. Yeah, the hotkeys are different between Photoshop and Affinity, so this is gonna jack me up. Let's see, where are my guides? Let's try. Oh, you know, we'll just see how this goes. I'm gonna use a really long text box that just crosses the entire thing because I'm pretty sure I'm going to run afoul of some issues. Let's say and then we're going to customize this header a little bit. I have to figure out how large I actually want it, because this text I shrunk down because it was too large before, but I really like the big, bold text. It just kind of gets a little bit strangulated underneath the when it's so close. When it's so close to the this bar down here, we just need space to breathe, but at the same time, you want space up top too. I really like having the text bigger though, so I don't know. I may just keep it here. Maybe I'll come down on the size just a wee bit. Font size is 50. We could just bump it down to 45. Blech. Oh, you can always change this, fortunately. So I'll do that, and I'll just leave it as is, and then I'll copy this over yonder. And this style is already aligned to the opposite of the spine. So you saw the text kind of move over here. So if it's on a left side spread, it's going to align to the left. If it's on the right side of the spread, it's going to align to the right. And then we'll just do lineage. This particular font is called Sovereign, and it is there's no lowercase for it. So if we do headers up here, it's going to be big and bold. And I think I actually want to pull this guy down a little bit, just so that it lines up a little bit better. And then I'm doing this the opposite of what I probably should be doing. But and then after, we're going to just take everything that we've settled on here and then turn it into a master so that we can reuse it in other places. So let's see. Is this part of the master? No. Why? Wondering what this box is up here at this point. But okay. Large looks good to you. Yeah, I really like it too. I don't see. I mean, not that I have a whole lot of experience with a bunch of different game systems, but I don't see the big bold stuff in more like classic fantasy style publications. So I'm going to save that, and then it's going to. Oh, is this actually not the new version? No, it has to be. What? Oh, because I didn't save the PDF or the actual JPEG. Wait one, give me just a moment. Okay, save that. Then go back into Affinity, and now it's going to complain at me. So I'm going to update this. And then now we have the header correct here at the top. And that looks okay for now. We can always adjust it later once we get into a master. So it'd be all good. Crazy says, I rarely give much thought to book layouts. Might be because I never owned any physical TTRPG books. Yeah, that's interesting. I think even in the digital ones, depending on what you've created, there's a lot of work that goes into the actual layout of the documentation, with the exception of when people are creating like alpha, sometimes beta. You see this. I've done too much, basically. Like, this is what's in my alpha. But most are just like their borderline Word document. And that's what I should have done. Because it was definitely a pain in the butt to like keep reformatting things. And ultimately, I like it when things look a little bit more than just the Word doc, but I don't think it actually did me any favors. You could add a rectangle under the text to blank out the background, then adjust the opacity for now. Yeah, that's true. It's all good though. I think we're all set. Good layouts aren't often noticed, but the bad ones are. Yeah, no, I could see that for sure. I think what it comes down to is not strictly visual, but just the ease of accessing information. And for Distal in particular, there's a big focus on where the information comes in chapter by chapter, and then how accessible it is. So I want there to be enough space so you're not just like looking through it here. I don't know if this is going to translate on screen, but give me just a sec. So I think that that Dungeons and Dragons 5e actually does a good job of their layout. I shouldn't say actually, like I'm surprised they've been doing this for forever. But you can see just the way that they separate things, the distance between the so like everything is base aligned, which means that all across a page, your Sentences are going to line up. They're not going to be a little bit. Actually, is the space aligned? It's not. Okay. Well, that doesn't matter. That's more of a snobby thing to care about. I didn't even learn to care about it until I started doing things. Anyway, ignore that part. But you can see just how much space they try to give to make it so things feel like they have breathing room. And same thing with like these titles here. You're just creating like definitions so you can go visually chunk by chunk by chunk. And then the little breakout boxes that they have, which you totally can't see. I'm just like pointing to random things on page. But just they're different colors. The text is meant to be like short, readable. It was a lot of like intention being put into these, how the books are set up. Just even where like how large the gutters are and the margins, how faint. Okay, so here's a drawback. It's something that I think Pathfinder really improved on. So you can tell which part. Nobody's gonna see this. Which part of the book you're in, because it says down here at the bottom, part 1, classes. And then there's a little baby page number down here. These are some of the failings that are getting phased out in modern books. I think people are leaning toward larger page numbers. And I could be totally wrong, but if you look at how, actually, Daggerheart's a good example. Even in their beta material, everything is bold, sans font, or rather sans serif. Is that correct? Without the tails, sans serif, right? Yeah, because the serif. Okay, yes, sans serif. Yeah, I don't know. And then like a lot of third-party supplements. This is a really good book, Uncharted Journeys. There's like hundreds of tables in here for just adventuring, and they're all like super smart and stuff. But they have some of these like okay, wicked small page numbers down here. Less important for this particular book, maybe. But and then okay. Here, I'm now complaining. This is the complaining stream about book formatting because I feel fairly strongly about it. Like I'll suck it up. I'll suck it up and read this. I mean, I like to read it. It's fun. This is pretty pictures. It's great. I love it. And also, the way that the book is laid out, like there's a bunch of, I don't know, it's pretty classical. You get a bunch of classes and races and whatever up front. And I think that's a very logical format to follow. But you don't actually start learning how to play the game until page 171. So, and everything is like listed into chapters. So here's part 2, playing the game. Wow. Okay. I need to be other-handed. There we go. So part 2. Jesus. Page 171. So one thing that I would like to do, because if I'm like, actually, and this is like learning how to play the game, which is even, I don't know, it's like teaching you about different like attribute scores, and there's a while till they get to combat, and it's not like, it doesn't go into like, okay, this is how you play it in a logical format. It's somewhat traditional in that sense, where it's like breaking down all the individual stats and like, this is what this thing does and this is what this other thing does. And that's not really, it's not really like vital information. It's almost extra information. I could be wrong about that. But anyway, what I would like to do, and this is something that I really want to see if we actually get a book, which requires people to subscribe on BackerKit, or rather follow the BackerKit and then actually fund the project, which means like buying an actual book. I want to be able to take this, when I'm reading this book right here, I can be like, oh, okay, I'm going to make a character. Cool. I'm just like, I'll start here, go through the character creation process, which is where they start too, in Dungeons and Dragons. But if I'm playing the game, I want to be able to flip this over and then get right to the core rules and be like, okay, I'm like, this is where I need to go for this particular ruling. It just needs to be boom right there for me. And I don't think that's as weird as it maybe sounds. And because I've seen it done before. I've seen it done for like a card game that is, I feel like it was, I think it was a card game. I really wish I could remember, but it was like in the how to play stuff, and then you flipped it over, and there's like two different styles of play or something. And then I looked up for other examples of this, and the one that comes to mind is like back in the however many years ago, children's books used to do this, where they would have two different stories on either side of the book. So you'd flip it over and then start going through the other story. It was like a 2-in-1 sort of situation. I don't think that's a great example for what I'm trying to do, but it does seem like a really quick way to access information, especially if you're a person like me that isn't. I'm not all about bookmarks. I'm not all about sticky notes. I certainly don't bend page corners. But I want to be able to find information easily in a way that makes sense. So I could totally be alone in that particular desire, but I don't think so. I don't think so. I guess we'll find out though. Anyway, what we're doing in the stream. So all VTS says, I remember when games came with CDs with a 30-page manual. First few pages were about installing requirements. Yeah. That reminds me, I think, I could be wrong. I think my Dungeons & Dragons 3.5, I'm pretty sure that had a little pocket for a CD in the front. I think it did. Could be wrong though. Anyway, what are we doing? We should create a master. So I'm going to go up here. I'm going to create this master. This is going to be, so the way that I'm going to assemble this book is I'm going to have one master for the background and then another separate master that I'll just layer on the top that has the column or the spread of columns. And the reason that I want to do that is because if the stuff in the middle is widely different, which it will be, I don't want to just keep creating the same, having to delete all the same stuff, because dealing with masters is kind of pain in the butt. You just want to do it once and be done with it. So we're going to call this one master background. Let's say 01, because hopefully I know what that means. That's correct. So here's our master background 01, and then I'm going to go over here. And then what am I doing? I'm going to grab, what is actually in this master? I don't think there's anything in this. No. Okay, don't need it. This I'm going to copy actually in the lineage, and then Atlian. I'm going to copy all three of these. And then the page numbers too. I want those as well. So those will all go into here. Boop, done. So this will always show up top, and I can name it whatever I want. So this will be like left side header. And I don't actually really need to rename these, but right side header. Actually, I'll say section. Is that right? Maybe. It doesn't matter. Okay, and then the other thing, so I'm going to save that, and then I'm going to break out another 2-page master, and I'm going to give it a multi-column spread on both sides. Should I do that? Yeah, I'll do it. Let's say double column. Okay, I believe that's going to have the same margins, but what I need are, need this and this, and I'm going to put that over here. That'll end up in the same spot, and then I'll, well, okay, now I need to get the spacing right over here. Should be that. Could fill this with lorem ipsum, but don't think it's necessary. Okay. I actually probably don't need all this text in here either. I think it'll be fine. Okay. Not sure if it's been mentioned, but if you would get additional art, which lineage would be the next one you'd go for? That's a good question. And don't worry about the distractions thing. That's like, if I'm going to work, it's most likely not going to be on stream anyway. So I would prefer to interact than to just like stay heads down and work, because I'm better working when I'm off stream anyway. But the next lineage, I would say it would likely be well, so Wodrick, who's the super chat up there at the top, he's been donating a lot, and I wanted to give him first pick, but I don't think that he's super interested in TTRPGs, so I didn't really get a response when I mentioned it, at least in chat. He's just being very supportive. But if he had something that he liked and wanted to see, it would definitely, I'll just do that one first. But aside from that, I think it would actually be human. And as boring as that sounds, for some reason, a lot of people really latch onto it. And I've never understood it in RPGs and even like World of Warcraft. You have a lot of people who play human, and a lot of people who play human in D&D, and to me that's boring. But I've also seen a lot of people not entertain the idea of a game unless there's a human in it, or unless they can see the human. So I think that it might make sense to do that. And the humans in our game are called Kinsguard. So it's not like you're not playing humans, you're playing a specific, like descendants of a specific people whose empire was essentially destroyed. So you are the remnants of those people. And that way we can create multiple different types of humans. And that way you also have you already have a kind of like an origin. And that origin can help inform some of the decisions that you make. But, that was generations ago, and that doesn't necessarily apply to you. So you can still be whatever you want to be. But calling humans Kinsguard instead of human is something that I think more games should do. Like, give humans something specific to latch onto. You see that in like Elder Scrolls too. So you have like, what is it? Redguard, the Nord, and then I think there's another one too. It's the same thing. Let's see. Yeah, human fighters. Yeah, exactly. You're the type of person that I'm talking about, where that is just like a thing that a lot of people gravitate toward. Let's see. I'm going to actually duplicate. Maybe I'll just do a new one. I'll add 2 pages. I'm just going to recreate this page kind of from scratch and see if this process, if I actually like it or not. Didn't like that. Hey, Jared. Do humans have friends to call upon? What you mean? Because I would say, yeah, for sure. It's just, Just like any other game, I guess humans would be like probably the mainstay in this world as well. Let's see. We will just put that down there, and then we'll. Okay, so this doesn't have columns, which is nice. Just giving this this process a little bit of a test drive, and then we have our stuff here, and that's all good. Okay. Oh, like a perk. Got it. So that's another thing too. Is that calling humans Kinsguard, just giving them a specific legacy to follow, makes it so we can give them more specific abilities. So the humans in particular, I'll just go right to the thing. Naja says, the flippable book, this has been done successfully in the graphic novel, comics, manga formats. There's a trade-off in the real estate for the back, barcodes. Yeah. That's a good point. I hadn't even considered comics and manga, but I've definitely, now that I'm thinking about it, have seen it done there. I haven't seen an example in the TTRPG space though. So I'm really hoping that somebody keys in on that and is like, yeah, I want that. Of course I want that. I think my goal is to make the most interesting book on your shelf. One that you don't have. So VT or VTS, here's Kinsguard. So they're very kind of like run of the mill, except that they have like specific weapons that they are that their lineage is used for. Like the Kinsguard, it was the Gold Warren Empire actually. Were kind of known for their advanced military, and they're very known for being like beast slayers. And that's why, even despite them being kind of a smaller empire, nobody really screwed with them because of they had this like long history, like very proud history of conquering threats that would encroach on their lands. And so they have something like Kinsguard Defiance. Receiving a critical hit from an enemy provides a willpower die. Because of their lineage, they're kind of like, or their descendants. I think Family Heirloom, I might end up replacing this one, but it says one item chosen during character creation is of enhanced crafting quality. So it'll basically get like a little buff. And in this particular game, when it's an enhanced quality, it's not like, it's more like the weapons do more or do something different. They don't get like just a static +1 or a +1 damage or anything like that. And then if we go down to cough, Witcher's cough. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. I didn't even think about that, but that's legit. I think Witchers are a little bit extreme though, because they get taken from birth and then sent to what's essentially a monastery to leave their whole life behind, and then they get contorted into something that is only arguably human. Let's see, and then let's go down to their to the bloodline attributes real quick, because you can make some adjustments based on kind of what you want your Kinsguard to be about. So each lineage has has 3 different options for them. So if you're a Kinsguard, like, and just whichever one of these gels with you in the concept for your character, you just pick one and then kind of roll with it. It just lets you twist it a little bit. So there's this one, there's hope when there is none. It says so long as you have a willpower die in your pool, you cannot be weakened. Additionally, you can reroll any influence check you make to rally common folk. So it builds upon that that fantasy of being like a hero. And Kinsguard themselves like fashion themselves as heroes, and because they're trying to like reclaim this lost legacy. And then you have Slayer's Legacy. So armor you wear is always considered fitted for the purposes of abilities that require it, and attacks you make are never considered untrained while fighting beasts. So this points to like the beast slaying side of it. And then impossible odds. When beginning your turn within 5 feet of 2 or more enemies, you can spend a reaction to gain the Mighty condition until the end of the current turn. Basically, if you want to play a character that is more interested in like getting in between people and causing problems, this would be a good way to accentuate that. Let's see. What? Wait, that's so random. Jared, Star Wars Battlefront. I haven't played that in forever. It was good, kind of. Najas says there are other ways to intuitively navigate for readers, like edge coloring, printing, binding books, some combo there. And yeah, totally. I think that Pathfinder does this really well because they have on the right or on the right hand side, it would be over here. They have the chapter or the section that you're in down the right side of the page, and it makes it really easy to know like what the next chapter is, and if you flipped far enough, if you flipped too far. And I really want to consider that for this as well, because it's really smart. But I also wish that I had like a little bit more page space over here too. So I don't know. That's because they re-released Star Wars Battlefront, the original one. That's interesting. What drink do you recommend for game development? I'm more of a Coca-Cola fan myself. I have been, I think addicted is a proper word. Addicted to Ghost energy drink. It's very good. Tastes like candy. I'm a big candy addict. Okay. So down here, we're just going to, I think this flow works. It's fine. And then I can pull in all the information here, pop it down here, and then just recreate this if I wanted to. And then this is a little bit different because I'm going to have to nuke the columns over here, which now is making me question whether or not that, I probably just don't want to do it. It's fine. And then I'll just, I really wish I didn't have, okay, so here's the thing about editing masters, is that every single time you want to edit something that's a part of a master, you have to go edit detached, and then you have to click on this sort of stuff. And then if you scroll off this page, or like click on this one, you will have to go back again, go edit detached, and then work on it again. Drives me freaking nuts. Because it's just really slow. Just wicked slow. Gonna lock that. I'm gonna drop that down here again. That'll sort out all of the issues that we have. And then I can name this Atlian lineage. Okay. And then that means that I can now delete this this older page. So we have all the stuff that we need now set up into a master, so we can pull this on any new pages that we lay out. Monster Pipeline Punch. Oh, okay. Monster Import is what I was addicted to for a long time. I still think it's the best monster. And I actually really like the, is it Oktoberfest? And then Monster also has these chocolate protein drinks. So freaking good. So good. Do you have a specific cultural design in mind for the Kingsguard? I have a lot, it's on my old computer. I need to go collect concept again. But I think that they fashion themselves almost like Greek gods. Not fully that direction. Like they're still going to be sort of like medieval European. But I think that they would at least like carry themselves like they're powerful. And they would even visually be stronger. Like they'd keep their muscles on prominent display because they're like fine-tuned machines. It's a very like heroic fantasy that's being fulfilled for this particular human lineage. You don't have to conform to that, but I think that that would be the norm. And if you look at their lore, a lot of it serves that. Let's see. Yeah, re-released 2 classic games on Steam and console in a bundle, though unfortunately it's been more battle flop. Oh, that's unfortunate. Elaborate armor common. So it's I would say actually like almost the other way around, where they take pieces of okay. So if you look at how a superhero might dress himself, themselves, they would do like something that is meant to be iconic. It reminds me of the scene in Invincible, which if the second season is out, I need to watch it. But standing out in this world, I feel like they would take almost like scraps of their armor would look unusual. It could be elaborate and detailed, but I think it would almost be like a mismatch of pieces intentionally, like asymmetrical designs even, or like prominent like fur, over the top, or just striking colors. They would do something that deliberately catches your eye. Okay. We'll make some progress in this book at some point. Maybe. Okay, so what I'm going to do, so there's a specific nope, not that one. What am I doing? Add pages. Let's add 6 pages. What? What the heck? Add my 6 pages? Do it. Okay, there we go. I guess I just clicked on something wrong before. What the heck? What is this? Why? No. Okay. Why is this so dysfunctional? Oh, because I added it between it. Okay, hold on. I swear I'm good at this, I promise. Okay, so we're gonna actually go and try to create specifically the background section of this document, because this is what I care about. So write a background. So that'll be write a background. Ooh. I will say background. The background's and then chapter. I'll say character create. All right, we're pushing the boundaries, seeing how things look. That's a mess. That's way too large. I might have to shrink it down. It'll be fine. And then for all of these, we're actually going to add apply the master, and then we will just add the double columns to get it in there for now. And yeah, H.R. Johns, more uniqueness for sure. I think that they would put these things on like prominent display. They want stories to be told about them. They'll give themselves, actually, they don't even have last names according to the lore. What they're more inclined to do is, so Kingsguard, they're more inclined to get a heroic title. So they embed themselves within communities so that they can be that hero. So sometimes that title is given by the community based on their deeds, and that would be the ideal. And sometimes they just give it to themselves. So you might have Adric the Fearless. These I feel like these titles are whack. They need some work, but you get the point. As a WoW vanilla character, yeah, no, I would definitely see that too. Okay, let's pull down some of this, and I'm gonna break some stuff. Yeah, okay. So this is gonna create a bunch of text styles because anytime that I'm pasting from my other packet, it's just gonna do that. Which is kind of a problem. The best way to approach this would just be to paste everything in the document into the new document. But I don't think we quite have that luxury. So I'm actually going to go through and I'm going to turn on body proper, which is the one that I'm mainly using. And then I need to invent new text styles for the stuff that is going to be listed here. And then we're also going to take this 2-column layout, detach it. For convenience, we're going to just take these and put them outside the master. And I'm going to make this into a 1-page column and then delete the second one. And the reason for it is, here, I'll actually do, I'm going to do a master that just has a 1-page column too, because that will be necessary for later. 2, 1, oh. Single column. And then we'll just plop that in here. Delete all the text, not super necessary. And then we will move that one over. Nope, that didn't work. So, please stop. No, what was happening? What have you done? Duplicate. Cool. All right, so now these are, oh. Do my eyes doth deceive me? Why is this distance wrong? What is that? Okay. All right, I'm going to need guides. All right, I don't feel like doing that on the stream. Just these distances are wrong. This margin over here, like this needs to be closer to the center. I'm just not sure exactly how close it needs to be. Yeah, because this actually isn't lined up in the center, which I don't actually want it to be, because I want more space on the left and right sides. Well, it's fine. Okay. So we're going to create a text style for this. Right now it's using this, which bleh, don't like it. So we're going to instead so what don't I like about it? First is the color. So I wanted the color to represent anything that a new player has to do when they're creating their character. However, I don't actually know how necessary it is that I convey that through color. So maybe I'll just do something that is a little bit darker. And then I definitely don't want this gap between here. It's just it's a waste of space. So because of that, Oops, don't do that. Because of that, I'm going to go down the spacing and remove the space between the same styles and just keep it tight. In terms of RPG games, I'm assuming this is similar to D&D. Yes. It is specifically designed to be easy for a D&D player or a Pathfinder player to pick up, because it is very difficult to move a table of players from one game to another. And I wanted to make sure that this particular game doesn't have that same friction. Let's see. So we also want to use, what's this up here? Heading 1. This is body proper. Or heading 2 rather. Okay. So let's say backgrounds. Use heading 2. Well, okay, well, we certainly can't have backgrounds 3 times. I don't think it's necessary to do that. Is that actually going to work? To have... oh, you know what? Let's do this. And then there would definitely have to be some massaging in this text to make it make sense. And I also want to make sure that I'm not wasting so much space. This probably... Should it just go back to a double column? I struggle with this. I feel like I'm going to do that. We'll try that again. Okay, so that goes in here. And then what I'm going to do is actually just move this information over to the second column. Should be fine. Windows 10, yes, I am. And I keep getting pestered about upgrading my system or to like the next version or something. And then I let it download the update and then it doesn't do anything. And then we just repeat the cycle once every few months. So let me... I'm telling you, this particular process, pain in the butt. Pain in the butt. That probably won't work. Is that going to be okay? No, probably not. What happens if we... remove that. It doesn't have to be... Oh, I could do this. Yeah, it looks like balls too. How to format it? I don't know. I don't really like this though. Okay, so we're just going to walk back to what I had. I've gone back and forth over this many times. Like while doing the original packet. One thing that cannot stand though are these major gaps in here for no real reason. If I go over to this, I need at least half a page to do this particular table. Just gonna drop it in. Stop. You stop it. So somehow yeah. Oh my goodness. Please let me move table. What do you... Okay. Oh, there we go. All right. So this has to settle down here. somewhere, which means a number of things could happen. I could either edit the text, which like we don't need all of this. Holy crap. It's not necessary. I could also just like, I could potentially just take all this out. But that doesn't seem appropriate either. I don't have any bulleted text here, though. Which I could definitely make make a new style. Okay, so we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna try to make some sort of style here. We'll do skills, and then should we just explain what they do? I'm floundering. And I tell them what sheet these things are noted into. I don't know that that's super necessary. And then this one down here, I can actually. I don't really like dealing with this stuff. With the bullets, I might actually part of me wonders if it should be like a visual representation. I don't know. See, I explain all this stuff later though, so I don't think it's super necessary. Where's our spacing? Nope. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll just create new styles. Here, we will make you. Should I base it on this? No, I'm just gonna duplicate it. I'm gonna call it body bullet one. And then all this can be, well, just this. Can be that. And then I'm gonna duplicate this. And then do body bullet 02. And that's gonna be that. And then when I'm dealing with bullets, I probably, so I'll certainly inset them. Probably, actually I should have done this first. How far should these things be inset? I think when this ends up being double column, it's going to be. What am I doing? If I do that, then what happens when I wrap the words? Okay. Can't do that. The way that this is done always frustrates me. I wish that I could say like, okay, I want this to be the first line indent, and then don't indent the second line. But it like does it backwards. Hate everything. Wait, what? Why is this not moving down here? Is it because it's not... because I don't have a line break? That doesn't make sense. Okay, well, if I want the first line to be... What the... What? Stop. Okay, I hate everything. I'm just going to pull in the styles that I did before. Let's see. Let's find some... Okay, so here's an example of a properly aligned style that I probably shouldn't delete the thing I just did. And let's see. Okay, and let me find something with my second bullet. Oh, I guess I could just import the style if I really wanted to. Okay, well, I'm gonna do that. Copy it, go over here, paste this, and then, okay, this is bullet style too. Okay, now I can say this. All right, well, that was a pain in the butt. But I think that might be what I want. Alrighty then. Okay. This is a mess and it hurts my eyes. So it is very likely not going to stay this way. I wonder if... Okay, well, you know what? It's going to sit there for a bit. Alrighty, let's try to come up with a proper format for these tables as they exist, words as they exist within this this book. Oh man, the vomit. This is actually upsetting me to read. I do not enjoy it. Hey, Koki. And it makes me wonder if I should make an exception. Okay. So first off, these bullets, I know I'm using them in the alpha document, but I don't think they're actually that great. They're just kind of strange. Diamonds? Do diamonds work? Kind of loud. It's kind of fun. At least it makes it clear that there are diamonds, or that there are bullets. Okay. And then this, I don't know. Formatting pages. Yeah, I'm just trying to get more. I think my actual goal is to create assets that I can put up on the BackerKit page. And that's going to, like, backgrounds is one of the things that I want to make sure gets up there because people can use it immediately and it kind of shows what shows off a big part of the system. But this formatting, I'm having a rough go of it. I do not like it. I do want to, let's see. I do like these colors for the table though. I think I'm gonna just apply this. Blech. Okay, well, that's not what I wanted. Okay, that's closer. Why is everything so... Okay, well this text, I'm pretty sure should be white. I'm gonna have to do that bit by bit. I don't think so. This. Feature table subhead. Wait, so do I have to create a totally different style? Okay, I guess I'll do that. It's not really a subhead, is it? Feature table, we'll just call it header. Well, I guess this will end up a subhead. Oh, I'll call this O1. And then the font is going to be white. All right, so here, that's all that should be. Is that proper? Oh, this font is actually not white. Table header. Wait, it is. Really? does it look? It's not white. It's because it's highlighted too? No. What the heck? Because I like this. I want this. Give me this. However, not sure why it's not this. Okay. And then this should definitely not go below here, which means that everything else that's up here needs to get compressed somehow. I can go over here for now. Unless it doesn't. What? Yeah, it's supposed to cause a jump. Why is it not doing that? What the heck? What? Okay. We'll approach this differently. All right. Weird. Okay. What happens if you just get rid of this? No, that looks bad. Do not like. You might be able to save some space by having a roll and 1d20 on 2 lines. Huh? How would that save me space? Here's... Okay, so I could, I mean, there's a number of things I could do. Like I could just move things up a little bit and then create space that way, but I don't think that that's what we should be doing. You know, I think that I'm going to make a weird exception. Yeah, I'll give it a shot and see what happens. Okay. So if I create a box, here and here, just as an example, and then move this in here. Is that better? Worse? Still doesn't fit. does not fit everything still. Also looks like balls. Well, I mean, I think it looks a little bit better, but still pretty bad. Okay, well, I could definitely cut down the text by removing some of the instruction that I'm kind of just repeating over and over. And maybe the granularity here isn't necessary either. I really don't want to necessarily edit all this text down. And then I can, since this is like a weird exception, I can where's my spacing? Oh, it's all at 0 point, which means that something's wrong with the baseline. There we go. Not that this is good. It's definitely not something that we should be doing. Bah. Also, why is this not? Why can't this go up a line, please? Hello? Yeah, not just that. That might be the way to do it. And I think going down a text size is probably not even a big deal here anyway. I just want to make sure that whatever we do, we try to remain consistent. I guess there's some options there. I would want to make it like, okay, well that's too much, but, and if we go down in text size, I almost want to make it obvious that that's what we're doing. I have no idea why this box refuses to play nice. Why? Why you do this? As long as you're okay with the style precedent for future bulleted lists, and you'll want to watch out for line height consistency across the page. Yeah, for sure. I'm using a baseline grid, so it should remain consistent across the entire page, except for like in the tables and stuff. That's kind of the exception there. But those are their own thing anyway. Okay, I'm a little bit frustrated by this, because I have no idea why it refuses to do what I want it to. But I do like the idea of doing this side by side. I wonder if I could just make it a table that's kind of invisible. But tables operate by different rules. I guess then that would kind of defeat the point of doing what I wanted to do before. Let's see. I just don't. I must be ignorant of something that is making this do. That is making this do this. I will disconnect the box. No, it's still doing it. What the heck? All right. Is there like something in here that is... No. Things are fine. Everything is fine. But why is it not fine? Why? Oh, because it's trying to... okay. Okay, I got it. I got it. It is trying to center the text in the box instead of aligning at the top. All right, I feel dumb. And that's because I just made these new boxes off the cuff. What they should be doing is this right here. All right, well, crisis averted. Everything is fine. All right, we will do... Please. Okay. We will do this, and then we'll just do another one across the bottom that pulls in this information. I definitely don't know how much I like what's going on here, but it should technically be fine. It's just I just don't think it's a great practice. And also, I'm not actually sure where my gutters are supposed to be either. I kind of want to... I need to set up some guides for the gutters in particular, or the it's called the gutter, right? The center bit, because there needs to be a gap there in the middle. But okay, whatever. We will deal with this for the time being. Horizontal scaling for text might help. Yeah, we could definitely do that. I'm going to move this down a little bit too, since I'm now currently just breaking everything. Really? All right, baseline grid. I think we are fighting. I think we're fighting a little bit. Seems like there's not enough space if I bump this down. Well, it's probably okay. I don't like settling for probably okay though. And why does why does the text disappear here? Oh, because the box isn't big enough because of where it's at in the baseline grid. Okay. What I should do though is create one. I think I need to create a row above this. Not that you can do that because it's a pain in the butt. And then this one needs to be a singular prompt that just says, oops, what does it say? Can't remember. I grew up, ... That'll work. Though that should probably be a different color. Let us do And then these tables should break off into their own style too. But I'm going to do another table that has that has 6 sections, or rather, a section divided by d6 rolls, like these. So I'm going to need another something in between. But I mean, it's already looking better than just with the colors. It's way less obnoxious. I don't hate it. Everything I think is looking fine, except for this might need to come down a wee bit more, which, oh, that already went down. Oh, okay. Well, now we have problems. How close can I get this to up there while still letting it feel good? Yes, maybe, possibly. I don't think I like it. There needs to be more space between this line. But if I do that, it's going to break the baseline grid. Is that okay? I don't know. If we break it in one place, it's probably going to break it in others. Yeah, don't know that I'm feeling it. I mean, you know, we always could just move the baseline down. I forget how to do that. Baseline. So like we could do stuff like this, which will solve our problem, but also make me feel dead inside, which it's probably, I'm sure that's probably fine. Except now every time, since it's a part of the style, it's going to do this, which means that I need to then create a different style. Could just break it out of the baseline grid, which might be a better option. If you want to dynamically shift text tracking, try Alt Control backspace for less space. Alt Control / Oh, interesting. Or selected text. Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, I want to try not to screw with the tracking if I can help it, but that's good to know. It's a nifty little shortcut. Okay, well, we had some laughs. We almost formatted a single page. This will go much faster once I know how I want things to break out. But I think that's me gonna need some me time here. So that being said, going to end the stream. Thank you all for hanging out. I'm surprised that there were as many people watching me push text around on screen. as there were. So thank you. I appreciate it. With that said, we will stream again. Oh, next Friday, I will be at PAX East. So no stream. I will be hawking my my business cards, square little business cards that have a oh no, Henry. Square little business cards that have a little like QR code on the back. So I hope to get more people to follow Distal. If you haven't, please do that. It is it's important, and I need a lot more folks following than are currently following now. If there's any hope for this to actually be something that I continue to work on through the rest of the year. Because if this doesn't work, then I'm going back to whatever job will allow me to eat food and pay for gas. But that's it. Thank you all. PAX East in real live stream. I don't know. Probably not. Probably not. Hand out the scrolls. Yeah, for sure. All right. Thank you all. Also, thank you, Najas, for that. You should check out the alpha packet if you haven't already, because it's not as intense as formatting a 2-page spread, but yeah, it is what it is. All right. See y'all.